And here we have the quick unboxing of the Meistersinger Singular 2008 that I got with full box and papers here. You can see that little book style case there. All the booklets intact. Quite an interesting presentation compared to their new watches. And then a little sort of satchel leather deal here holding the actual watch itself. The watch came out pretty much everything I anticipated, so let's have a closer look at it.
Okay, and here we have it in the metal, the Meistersinger Singular from 2008. Now, I managed to pick this one up here, as I explained there, in near mint condition, I would call it, on the bracelet, which is actually very, very difficult to find. They don't make this bracelet anymore, so actually getting replacement links for it can be quite challenging. Although if you email the Meistersinger service department there on their website, they will be able to source you links as long as there's an authorized dealer of Meistersinger near you. But they officially have stopped making this. It does have that open case back there. I'll see if I can get a better look at that for you. And while it's got a Valjoux chronograph movement in there, it is quite nicely presented, especially for the price point of this watch. Now, as far as the bracelet here goes, it's sort of a enlarged beads of rice kind of setup here with they're really oddly shaped. They're kind of risen at the very sort of end part of each link. It's kind of an upward rise, and it actually is silky smooth. So lots of breathable points in between those links there as well. And it's very, very, very comfortable. I can't stress how comfortable that is. You've got a twin deployant buckle here with also a locking mechanism on both sides there. So the way you work that is you clip that in there and you clip that in here, and it's got the logo there sort of cheekily worked into the actual clasp itself. Now, it is a very, very clean watch, as with most Meistersinger watches. They are very, very simple, very well presented. The single hand there, obviously to tell time, and the second hand there centered at 12 with the minutes register, a 30-minute chronograph right there under the 12 o'clock as well, center dial. It is one of the Meistersingers with the bottom logo there. The two that I have aside from this do have the logo at the top, and the dial is really, really well presented. It's just a matte black, very clear, easy to read register on the outside. A lot of people do find that telling time on a Meistersinger takes a little bit of time to get used to, which is true, but this one here, very legible with the black on white. Also, the chronograph is very, very legible, easy to read, well done, runs very, very smoothly. We'll get that one running there for you. And crisp actuation on the chronograph pushes as well. The crown has a little Meistersinger logo there on the actual crown itself. And what I will say is that though this is rated to 5 bar or about 50 meters water resistant, I would not be taking this underwater. It does not have screw down crown or pusher protection. I just wouldn't be doing that. It is a slightly, I mean, it's somewhere caught in between dressy and sports really, but the watch itself, you chuck it on an alligator or a leather strap, and I could see this being very dressy. Now, as far as the dimensions are concerned, it's 42 millimeters across the round of the case. It is 20 millimeters thick. I will say that it is a little bit too thick for a smaller wrist. This one in particular, I would say you'd probably need maybe a 6 3/4, 7-inch wrist at a minimum to get your to not make it look strange, especially if you're going to have it on the bracelet. It sits a little bit higher, like all watches, on the bracelet. 20 millimeter lug width, so you know it can be exchanged with any straps that you like. And as far as this one here goes, it is an absolute demon with the straps. It will match with almost anything. So I got it on the bracelet here just because you don't see that very often, and I wanted to have that option, but I may very well end up changing this one around to leather, alligator. I was even thinking a stingray, black and white, would be very, very good on this. So plenty of options. As far as this is all concerned, I will put in a couple of little shots of the chronograph actually going. It's really, really good. I mean, the Valjoux chronograph movement inside there is an absolute workhorse, easy to service. It's going to last you a very, very long time. And it doesn't suffer from being a super boutique movement, and therefore is going to cost you not an arm and a leg to service. So as far as this one goes, this actually rounds out the triplet of Meistersinger watches in my collection. So there's not going to be any more from this brand for me in the collection. The next thing I have to complete is my Rolex collection, which is going to be much more expensive, so my wallet's not looking forward to that one. But this is a really fun piece, and from 2008 I was glad to get one in such good condition. Hope you're having a great Easter, guys. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.